Hello my friends, and welcome to a very special video for a very special mod that's been in development for quite a few years, and that is DCI The Last Alliance, a sub-mod, or actually, it's more of a total conversion mod for Third Age Total War. But unlike the name, Third Age Total War, this takes place in the Second Age of Middle-earth. An age where we see King Gil-Galad, King Elendil, King Fritigern of Rhovanion, Durin of Khazad-dûm, King Amdir of Lothlórien, also Sauron. So it's basically the rise and fall of Numenor and the first rise and fall of Mordor under Sauron. That's basically the Second Age in a nutshell. That's a very broad nutshell. I don't know much about the Second Age. I've watched some videos on it. I will continue watching videos on it. I'll read the books at some point, which I guess most of this takes place during the Silmarillion. But yeah, this mod's been in development for many years. It's finally released as of today. You'll find all the information in terms of downloading, installing in the description, and I will also link you to the YouTube channel of the lead developer of this mod. He has a bunch of interesting videos talking also about lore, gameplay mechanics, and all that jazz. But we're jumping in relatively blind, and that is why I will be choosing Lothlórien. You might say, hey, Mr. Izzy, why don't you go with one of the bigger factions like Mordor? Well, we're already doing a Mordor campaign, but for example, the Numenorian kingdoms. Because I kind of want to keep them for when I have more experience with the game and I have more of an idea what I'm doing. So to get in there, to get used to the mod, slowly but surely, I think Lothlórien is perfect. Alright, King Amdir, capital Caras-Galathon, which is still the same in the Third Age, and the most important character for us, and one we are familiar with, is Galadriel. She led some of the Noldor refugees out of Eregion, settling in Lothlórien. She is, of course, a sort of Noldor princess herself. Okay. Well, I don't think there's much else to talk about. Actually, let's read through it so we have a better idea of what's going on. The people of Lothlórien are in origin Nandor elves of the Teleri clan, who early in the First Age turned aside from the great journey to Valinor. Instead, they settled on both sides of the River Anduin. There they mingled with the Avari that had travelled from the east and made their home in these lands. Thus, as years went by, these two peoples became the independent and valiant Silvan elves. In their native tongue, the name of the most settled forest on the western bank of Anduin is Lindorinant, or Lorinant. Of late, it is better known as Lothlórien in the Sindarin speech. Early during the Second Age, the Silvans welcomed Sindarin elves. These wanderers came east after Beleriand sank into the sea, to get close to their roots and to get away from Noldor and Dwarves. The Sindar are also of the Teleri clan, and since the Sindar came from the advanced culture of Beleriand, the Silvans made them their lords. Therefore, even if they are fierce, the Silvans became ordered and increased in wisdom, and in Lorinant they took the prince named Amdir for king. The elves of Lothlórien remain the same folk as their kin in Erin-Galan, but differ from the eastern Silvans in that they have some interest in the outside world. Also, their Sindar lords overcame their aversion to dwarves and Noldor elves long ago. In this, Celeborn and Galadriel have played an important role. For centuries, the couple visited Lorinant to speak for the common cause, and to strengthen the Silvans in defiance of the Dark Lord. King Amdir was the ally of Gil-Galad of Lindon when the Dark Lord invaded Eregion in the 17th century. The king's son Amroth then marched to war, together with Khazad-dûm, and in the ruins of Eregion they made battle with Mordor's forces. Meanwhile, Galadriel led Noldor refugees out of Eregion and they settled in Lothlórien. For the remainder of the age until the 35th century, the rule of Amdir and Amroth has held the threat of Mordor at bay by means of arms, valor, and ancient witchcraft. Lothlórien's relationship to the Noldor and Dwarves has resulted in their forces being well equipped, although not as heavy as Lindon's hosts, and less numerous than Erin-Galan's hosts, so kind of a mix between the two. It also means that King Amdir can be expected to heed any summon from Gil-Galad of Lindon to bring as large a force as he can muster to the alliance of elves and men, because the king is a wise lord, and his axe is restless in his hands. Alright, well let's put it all on very hard, because we like punishing ourselves a bit. We're going to go with a battle time limit, we're going to not show abuse, and we will manage all cities ourselves. Alright, and with that said, I'll see you all on the strategy map. Here we are, welcome to Middle-earth. 100, is that a long text? Okay, it's not that long. 110 years have passed since Numenor sank, and Elendil's kin fled on 9 ships to found Arnor and Gondor in Middle-earth. Over 18 centuries have passed since Sauron crafted the One Ring and war erupted with the elves. Almost the same time has passed since Khazad-dûm barred its doors against the Dark Lord, and so also the concord between dwarves and Northmen failed. Many fruitless victories have been won throughout this age, and many hopes have proved empty as dark days have returned. The Dark Lord is on the march once more. Minas Ithil has just been captured, the east and south is moving, the native folks of Eriador have been stirred, and the Misty Mountains crawl with goblins. The time has come to once and for all rid Middle-earth from tyranny and oppression. to shape it in your image and to see what may stand against the mighty fist of the Alliance. Game notes. The balancing has been designed for very hard campaign and battle settings. Okay, we have that. If you have chosen to play on easier settings, you may wish to reconsider. No problemo. The faction information scroll contains some faction-specific and general tips. For some factions, it is essential reading and may be viewed at any time in-game via the Shift plus F1 control, but I think we'll get it soon. Options. The following scripts are optional. The Balrog of Khazad-dûm and Immortal Nazgul. Click Accept to enable these scripts. I think we're going to enable them, right? Immortal Nazgul makes sense. Balrog of Khazad-dûm. Oh, that's interesting. Haven of Ethelond. Ah, yes, we still have it under our possession. There is one small but important element in the region of Gondor of a quite exceptional kind. An Eldarin settlement, which later becomes part of the Lamroth. Ethelond was originally established in the late First Age by seafaring Sindar from Falas, the West Havens of Beleriand, who fled in 3 small ships when the power of Morgoth overwhelmed the Eldar and their allies among men. In this age they were joined by Sindar from Doriath, but mostly by Silvan elves of Lothlorien who came down the Anduin, who had never been wholly free of an unquiet and a yearning for the sea which at times drove some of them to wander from their homes. In Ethelond the mingled people upheld the shipwright tradition learned from Círdan, and when the Black Years followed the destruction of Eregion, they provided ships for all Eldar who desired to leave for Valinor by this port, and continue to do so this day. The Sylvan mariners now cruise the foams in the Bay of Belfalas, determined to keep the port west open, or if their kin in the north so call for, bring battle to the enemy. So Ethelond is the starting region for this faction. It lies on the Bay of Belfalas. Roads are not available in this region until they are built by any faction in Anfalas. So there it is. Ethelond, right near Dol Belagar, which is part of the Numenorian kingdoms. Beautiful. Alright. So what did I have to do? I have to press Shift F1? Ah, there we go. Faction information. This first episode is going to be a lot of reading, for which I apologize, but it's good that I read stuff, because otherwise I'm going to have so many questions and make a lot of mistakes. This faction may join Tolakans. Joining a Tolakan and allying with both the Numenorians and the Kingdom of Linden will provide your faction with a herald who will eventually be able to call a Khan. So it's basically like Crusade/Jihads. The One Ring. The ring is able to come into your possession by killing Sauron in battle. Note, the battle must be won by you, and it might not work in auto-resolve battles, especially if Sauron is not in a settlement. The commander of the army will claim the ring. Make sure that he has a free ancillary slot before the battle. Once owned, you may either keep it for potential financial gain, or destroy it by taking it to Mount Doom and using the Destroy the One Ring shortcut key. See the Mirror of Galadriel scroll for details, Ctrl G, on Galadriel's remote viewing ability. So she kind of has like Palantir powers. She can, I guess, spy from wherever. Elves have the ability to find and use secret paths through the deep forests of Greenwood. See the secret forest trails. Scroll for details, Shift T. There's a lot of shit we need to remember, and I'm probably going to forget about a ton of stuff, but it's cool that there's so many mechanics. Veil of Lórien. While she is within the forest of Lothlorien, Galadriel uses her power and arts to cast over it a Veil of Bewilderment. Generals of other factions who enter the forest, unless they are allied to Lothlorien, receive a trait that reduces morale of their troops. The trait disappears when they leave the forest. The forest means anywhere within the Caras-Galadon and Carin Lori regions, so Galadriel is really powerful. Leader titles. The presenter title Regent is only a generic one, common to all leaders of this faction. The official title varies depending on who the leader is. Amdir and his sole descendant Amroth take the title of King, Galadriel is Lady, and everybody else is Lord. Leaders receive an ancillary with their official title. Sail into the West. Oh, that's cool. This feature may be used to kill any character by sending him on a ship to Valinor. To declare one ally was first break your alliance, we know that. There's also a barrack event, which takes place between turns 40 and 48, which is, I think, a little bit sooner than Divide and Conquer. Then there's the Palantir. Total Diplomacy provides some diplomacy-related features. Some summons of mountain halls. Okay, so first things first, let us check Ctrl G for the Mirror of Galadriel. Mirror of Galadriel. Many things I can command the mirror to reveal, and to some I can show what they desire to see. But the mirror will also show things unbidden, and those are often stranger and more profitable than things which we wish to behold. What you will see if you leave the mirror free to work, I cannot tell. Once per turn, Galadriel may use her mirror to glimpse random images of Middle-earth. She may do this from any location. Caras-Galadon is a traditional home of the mirror, and as the heart of the Lothlorien realm, visions are often centered around it. But the ability is the magic of Galadriel, not the settlement. Okay, so we can do it wherever we want. A viewing is started with the begin viewing shortcut. Selecting any of the settlements or characters or hitting escape will enter viewing. Okay, so let's do Shift G. Oh. Ah, yeah. It's like a free espionage. So it brings us to the Black Gate. There's nothing there. It's just like random blurbs. Alright, where is that? That seems to be at the Anduin in the north. Ooh, that's cool. There's some like right in the mountains. That's really cool. Goblin towns in that as well. I quite like the map, it looks really cool. The Rhun Confederacy. I should have actually gone through all the factions at the beginning of the video, I kind of forgot about that, my apologies. Khazad-dûm. Goblin Town again, is it just going to keep repeating? It's pretty cool, I like it. Druid Forest. Oh, that's right near Minas Tirith. Alright, cool. I need to remember to shift. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh, what else was that? Secret Forest Trails, shift plus T. Oh, for trails. Warning, closing trails or manually disbanding them can kill anybody inside. Okay. The deep forests of Greenwood are impenetrable to all but the forest elves. With their superior woodland skills, they are able to find and remember secret trails into and through these ancient gloomy labyrinths. These secret trails provide alternative routes through Greenwood and havens from the enemy. Only elves may enter them, they will not be followed. Cool, that's really powerful. There are a number of trails available throughout the forest. Each is a pair of gateways, one inside, one outside of the forest. They are named ... and work just like ships. To enter exit the forest, move your character army into a gateway, select click on the gateway and use the pass-through forest shortcut T. Whew. To find a trail, use to open trails. This seems very complicated. Alt T. So I just do in a path. Alright, we'll read through it some other time. What was it? Alt T? No trails can be opened at this time. Okay. I guess I just need to walk in. So we have Celeborn, we have Regent Umdair, Galadriel, Isengard, Galathon, which should be our capital, yep. And then Carin Lori, we don't have anyone, but we do have Amroth, the commander, leading the men. So I'm jumping in completely blind. Unlike Divide and Conquer, I have no idea what we want to do, where we want to go to, where we can expand to. I'm completely clueless. Our enemies are Mordor, the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, and bandits. So we can move north and south and anywhere, really. Okay, let's see, building-wise. Ballista towers. Oh, good, you need to build them, so we're not going to get spammed by them by every bloody faction. Stables, barracks, practice range, ballista maker, nothing too new there. Ports probably pretty good. A market, which also pretty good. Paved roads, crop rotation, the Gwaith in Erin, the art gallery, and the inn and council chambers. Recruitment-wise, border swordsman. So the stats are a bit lower, but I think all units have lower stats. Because in Divide and Conquer, stats are relatively high for every unit. Because you might think, oh, 4 missile attack for archers is pretty bad, but I expect orcs to have like 1. So. Elven ring unworn. Oh. Is she not wearing it? The ring of water, one of the 3 rings of the elves. Okay, I guess she's not wearing it as long as Sauron's alive. Oh, first things first, let's get some... Oh, watchtowers are full price. Oh. Ah, what's this? Rebel village, Amon Gastel. Well, let's go for that one, eh? Amroth, you shall move north. Oh, Celeborn can already besiege it. Hunters. Okay, cool. Alright, let's build some stuff. What do we want to build? Dirt roads here. And I think a port here. Is my economy stable? Sorta. Let us also get... I don't think I have a diplomat yet. Let's see. Nope. Oh, Ethelond, right. I forgot about Ethelond. Let's get the land clearance now. And that leaves us with no money left. Alright. I could do a toggle fog of war to know where I want to go, but I don't know. I kinda like going in completely blind. Sorry for the loud noise, random motorbikes. Smiths of Eregion, 18 attack, 7 charge, 26 defense. Right, they're very good. So I might as well put you all in this army and move you south, I guess. Celeborn, you can already move north, just to check around a bit what's going on. Alright, and with that, I'll end the turn. I will not skip this one, because kind of curious to see what other factions do, but I guess we won't see anything happening. Alright. Just some general information. This mod will not replace Divide and Conquer for my Let's Plays. You know, Divide and Conquer will still be the main content. This, like the Battle for Middle-earth gameplay, I will upload, will record it whenever I have spare time. But Divide and Conquer is always priority, so don't worry about that. Unless, of course, this mod proves to be wildly popular and people don't care about Divide and Conquer anymore. They only want to see this. We also have some March Wardens in here and some Lorient militia. And Amroth gets Lorient bodyguards. Long-range missiles, I'm Sean Connery apparently, long-range missiles, and then can use flaming missiles. So let's jump in. They don't have walls. Let's save the game. Our first save, Lorien 1, This is assault. What are we dealing with? Captain Razana. Bandits 646. Woodsman 778. That's not bad actually for armor piercing. They all seem to be less OP than they are in Divide and Conquer. Because these guys had like 4 missile attack, which is comparable to our border archers. Despite us being powerful elves, so... Alright, I'll see you all on the battlefield for our first fight. Alright, so we do want to mainly use our archers. I guess I'll put Lothlórien in the front. He could take the brunt of the damage if he's so inclined. Let's use fire arrows because that is one-hit kill sometimes. Let's take a look at these models. They look quite excellent. Very cool. Got the March Wardens, right? Cool. I'm curious to see if armor upgrades do anything. I think they do. And then the Lothlórien Militia, which is a pretty early tier basic unit. Actually, I should put all my archers in wide formation, why not? Just make it less likely for them to get shot. Very cool. I like their shield design. It's rather basic, but it gets the point across. Alright, now to get our points across that. Faces. You should have excellent range, does it say? No. They also have piercing axes, okay. Sometimes, because I've been playing Divide and Conquer for so long, you kind of take some things for granted that aren't really in the base game. Like, for example, displaying the range of an archer. Oh, beautiful. Do they give piercing shots? No, they don't, okay. Light of Elbereth. Alright, let's move you all a tad bit closer, you two. Where are you running off to? Fire! Fire on those peasants! This settlement rightly belongs to us. Okay, what's this positioning, man? Come on, cooperate a little bit. Their range is not as good. So it seems the elves are not really as OP as they are in Divide and Conquer, which I don't mind entirely. They are really OP in DAC. Oh crap. Woodsmen are coming in. Oh, that's pretty devastating though. Also deals morale damage, pretty sure, the flaming shot. What are you doing? The AI is spazzing out, man. They're not firing on who I want them to fire at. Alright, give him the old Light of Elbereth. I don't think it actually gives any negative buffs to the enemy, or debuffs. But it buffs up our troops. Light them on fire! Beautiful. Yeah, some of these models are just straight out of Vanilla Medieval 2. And it gives me nostalgia for an amazing game. A game that has given me so many hours of fun, especially with mods. It's quite amazing. Yes, they're burning. Burn them all. These woodsmen are pretty tough, man. Why is their positioning so buggy? Oh yes, the fire arrows do so much damage. It's just they have a chance of insta-killing pretty much anything. Although I don't think they would, for example, insta-kill Sauron. That would be a bit broken. But like regular units with 1 hit point, they can get insta-toasted. So keep up the fire. Keep it up. Get closer if you have to. Beautiful. Let's pop the Light of Elbereth again so the ability disappears and we can use Flaming Shot with him as well. Although I think by the time we reach that point we will have already slain them. 20% losses. Alright, let's see how many we heal though. Alright. But yeah, we're not as strong as the elves in Divide and Conquer, but I do think we can get plenty more troops. So it kind of balances out a bit. In Divide and Conquer usually have very few units. They're all very strong, but you cannot actually use Flaming Shot. So this is a lie. Unless he's not the general. If he's just like a second commander in the battle, then I guess he can use it. Alright, finish them off. Finish them off. Alright, stop fighting. Poke them with your spears. Kill those peasants. Beautiful. Our first settlement captured. Alright, I'll see you all back on the strategy map, although maybe take a look who killed the most. The Lothlorien bodyguards. Beautiful. Alright. And there we go. Amon Gastel has fallen, which in the Third Age is better known as Erui. Let us occupy it. I don't think the population will mind too much. Town Watch. Yep, let's get there. Also, interesting to note is we share culture with all the elves and also the Numenorian kingdoms. It's just called Host of the West. Kind of to simplify it, otherwise you'll have like a bajillion cultures. So you just have the followers of Sauron, the Northmen, Host of the West, excuse me, Khazad, and probably one or two more for like Rhun and Harad. Because Harad is kind of an amalgamation of Umbar, Harad, and Black Numenorians. So they're not Harad in the traditional sense of the word. And also an interesting faction, which just kind of shows why I really should not have skipped through the starting screen so quickly, is the Hillmen, who reside at Dunharrow, right over here, near Edoras as well. And they are, of course, the Oathbreakers that we meet in The Return of the King. But in this case, they're still alive. They have the choice of siding either with Mordor or with the Numenorians, and they will be called to lend their swords. And then there's an entire scripting going on. Will you be neutral? Will you be Oathbreakers? Will you be Oathkeepers? That's really cool. It's another faction we might check out at some point. Alright, let's move you south. As my economy is a little bit poopy. Is this still my land? This is still my land. Okay, good. So this farm's ours. Look at that. It looks cute. Alright, Calaborn. Move you north. Another settlement that I could take. Orc looters, eh? Alright. Let's keep Amroth behind for now. Let's move the army. I wonder if this game has assassins. I hope not. Wait, can I not open hang on, what was it? Alt-T? No secret forest trails. Oh no. Alright, Amroth. Yep, they're all dead. The wild men of Enedwaith and the Numenorian kingdoms are at war. Okay, interesting. The Numenorian kings is topping the charts everywhere. They do rule supreme. Okay. I could get a diplomat. Let's do that. Alright, then I'll see you all back on turn 3. New mission. We need to capture the rebel settlement of Limelight Fort. Okay, well I can check it out with Amdir. See if we could pop up with our watchtower. There it is. Limelight Fort. Can we take out these lads? I think we can. I mean, we got Smiths of Eregion for crying out loud. One of the best units in the game, I'm pretty sure. What we'll do is already besiege him, but we'll just maintain the siege. What do we got? Orc looters. 710. Whew, that's pretty high. Ranged orc looters. 5 missile. That's more than my archers. Okay. So they're as good as March Wardens. What? That seems a little bit. Alright. Bows made by the orcs of low quality. Still look true. What? Low quality? Alright, well. That's kind of scary, to be honest. Calaborn, you shall go in the system. Then Regent Amde, you shall move to the Limelight Fort. Construction complete of the land clears in Ethelond. Let's see what we shall build now. Let's get a market. We should have trade rights with the Numenorians, right? Where are the Numenorians? We're out with Erengalen. We don't have trade rights with the Numenorians. Okay, we should get that. We should get that. Krian of Ethelond. Alright, where's our diplomat? Okay, so the Numenorians are basically everywhere, so I know for a fact that Tharagon, no, not Tharagon, what is it called again? Isengard is called Angranost. I know for a fact that that is a Numenorian settlement, so we shall move you there. Whatever money we have left, let us buy. Bow the Swordsman, 911, that's not bad. Let's get some of them, yep, and then No, you know what? Let's get border archers as well. Okay. Alright. I think that's all I want to do. Or actually, let us use Galadriel's mirror again. See what we can find. Okay, interesting. So that's Harad, Umbar, Black Numenorian sort of amalgamation. Londair, interesting, okay. Yeah, we already knew that one. We'll have to fight them at some point because we are bordering them now. And we're bordering Goblin Town almost as well. There it is. Alright, I think we should just prepare armies then. Alright, I think I know enough. Rivendell's over there, cool. Alright, I'll end the turn and I'll see you all back on turn 4. Okay, and the bandits are sallying out. I don't want to fight them though, because they are significantly stronger than we are. Reports arrive from your civil and military advisors, my lord. The great war of this age is in motion. Stone castles and larger military fortifications can offer professional forces if resources are devoted to that end. However, the military infrastructure of towns and cities still leaves much to be desired for. Militias and conscripts are being levied across our domain, but lesser settlements and cities still lack the equipment, logistical support, and command structure needed to bring the full might of our armies to bear. Mobilization and general preparations are underway, but it will take some time before our most fearsome warriors will become available from the civil settlements. Word shall be sent to you as each stage nears completion. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, that means castles are not obstructed by the barracks event, but cities are. So if we take Limelight Fort, for example, that is a castle, or it's a hold right now, but it can be turned into a castle. Then we don't have to worry about barracks event. Goodness gracious, these guys are good. Ooh, they have like evasion, that's a different... So that replaces melee, or what was it called? The combat skill, defense skill? Get evasion now. Interesting, does that work on archers then? Because I know defense skill does not work with archers. Let's besiege him again, just for shits and giggles. Siege Falls report. Oh, the border swordsmen. Let us move them north. Oh no, let's keep them in Karaskalathon for now because they get free upkeep. Right. Well, I do have some spare cash, but I think I'll just hold on to it for now.
Yes, my lord. As you
Unless...
tomorrow's journey planned out.
No, we'll hold on to it so we can buy better stuff. Maybe a Lorien militia. We need more troops. Lori, can I get any... let's get another swordsman unit. Because if those goblins in the north start getting antsy, we should deal with them first. If we take their settlements, that should also open up a lot of mines, and that will help us out. Alright, let's do Galadriel's mirror again, why not? It's always fun to take a look. We're not going to do it constantly, but... Fallen, oh yes. The Grey Havens of Linden. Always in Bergathel. Why? Why do you have such a hard-on for that place? And if we take those goblin areas, we also link up with the elves, the Noldor, which should give us a lot of trade as well. The random spot of land near Eriador, I think. Looks like Eriador. Okay, he's sending some forces over. I don't trust him. Alright, that's enough. I will see you all back on turn 5. The League against Sauron. Even though Sauron returned to Middle-earth not that long ago, following the destruction of Numenor in 3319 of the Second Age, I know that was so difficult, he has unleashed his regained powers of orcs, men, and beasts to wipe out all his remaining enemies once and for all. In 3429, he surprised the Gondorians, seized Minas Ithil, and burned the White Tree. Anarion took command of Gondor while his brother Isildur sailed north with their father, High King Elendil in Arnor. The brothers knew that without help, Gondor would not survive. The worried Elendil discreetly communicated with his good friend Gil-Galad, High King of the Mordor, and the elves of Eriador, and they have taken counsel together. Wise lords as they are, they perceive that Sauron will grow too strong and overcome all his enemies one by one, if they do not unite against him. Therefore, the Dunedain and the elves of Linden now declare a league, which shall go down in history as the Last Alliance. Their military advisors start planning for joint military operations to commence within a few years. Alright, so we are not part of that league just yet, but... no doubt we soon will be, and we are part of it in nature. And one thing I just came up with, because I forgot to go through the different factions, but I can do that from the diplomacy window. So Lothlórien, that's us, not much to talk about there. The Kingdom of Linden is the Grey Havens and Imladris, is led by Gil-Galad, and his I don't think it's his son. I might be wrong, but I don't think it's his son. But his protege, Elrond. And as we all know, in the books and in the movies, Gil-Galad dies in the Battle of the Last Alliance, or the Battle of Dagorlad, and Elrond then takes command of the Kingdom of Lin. It kind of splits apart. You have Círdan at the Grey Havens and Elrond in Imladris. Then we have the Numenorian kingdoms, led by King Elendil and his sons Anarion and Isildur. Reunited Rovanion, well, not really reunited, because it never fell apart in the first place here, but Rovanion, which, you know, kind of tugs at my heartstrings, back for our Dale campaign. The Kingdom of Khazad-dûm, we have Eringalan, which is led by Orofer, the father of Thranduil and the grandfather of Legolas. We have the Men of the Mountains, which are the Oathbreakers or Oathkeepers that no wait, those are the... that's the Hillmen of the North, I think. No wait, it is the Men of the Mountains. The Hillmen of the North is basically Angmar. The Wildmen of Enedwaith is basically Enedwaith and Dunland. The Orcs of the Misty Mountains are the Orcs of Moria and also Gundabad as one faction. And then Harad is sort of Umbar / Khan / Haradrim / Black Numenorians, Aradonaim, all that jazz thrown in there. And then the Rhun Confederacy is also more of an amalgamation between Khand and Rhun. And then the Ents are a faction of their own. Interesting. I guess with some modding you could play as the Ent faction. Would make for an interesting campaign. It's like 20 turns of Ent moot, and then 20 turns of moving your dudes, doing absolutely nothing. Alright, what shall we get? I think I want to get some stables, because cavalry is king in this game. And we want some more troops to move north, because I don't trust the elves. Alright, Gastel can actually get a pretty beefy garrison. Alright, they're not moving out of Limelight, that's good, then we can tire out their forces. We're expanding quite rapidly, actually. I hope we can ally with the Ents. Would be a shame if we couldn't. Silvan Mariner. 8 missile attack. That's okay for a javelin unit. 7 defense, 4 melee. They're not much of a hybrid unit. How much free upkeep do I get? 2. So I could get an extra unit just in case. Let's do it. Let's get Border Swordsman. Just in case. We have the money for it. Right. I'm not going to do Galadriel's Mirror now, but I will see you back on turn 6. And there we go. Let us move you to Amon Gastel. So they're not selling out this time. They'll just accept their fate. But they will sell out probably at the end of this turn. Same with Limelight Fort, I would imagine. So we're expanding quite rapidly. We're already at 4 settlements with Ethelond. And we'll be at 6 by the end of this. Nice. Our economy is also pretty stable, so all in all, we're doing quite well. Better than expected. What do we want to get? I don't want to spend too much money because I want to buy stuff for all settlements. So the market would be nice. Thing is, we have a lot of money, but things cost more money in this game because we don't have like the masons' houses and stuff. I'll leave Ethelond for now. Let's first check Amon Gastel. Oh, I can't get anything there. We need more population. Let's lower it so we can get the 1.5 that we need quicker. Alright, Ethelond, you can go nuts with our money now. Let's get communal farming. Let's save up the rest. You keep moving towards Angranost. Okay. The Menorian kingdoms like us. Beautiful. Let's get a spy, actually. I mean, the Mirror of Galadriel is useful, but I think a spy will be even more useful. Send some reinforcements to Amon Gastel. Alright, I'll end the turn, but I will keep talking because no doubt we will get attacked now by the bandits of Foros and Inglor and, what was it, Limelight? Something like that. I don't know all the settlement names, I don't know the locations either. It's gonna take probably a couple of campaigns to get used to this. Alright, so they're selling out. Captain Muzur of Foros and Inglor is selling out against Celeborn. Now, what bodyguard unit do you have? Sindar bodyguard, 12 attack, armor piercing, also good against cavalry, and 22 total defense. You are pretty badass compared to Captain Muzur. Yeah, you should be alright. Alright, let's save the game in case anything goes awful, and I will see you all on the battlefield. Alright, here we are. Let's get into a position. Take a look at those Sindar. Oh, they look mighty excellent. Very cool. Some of the axes are a little more ornate than the others. Like this one's just way more fancy than that one. That's alright. So they are running out towards us, the orc looters. Oh, they look really cool. I really like that design. I actually prefer this design over the Divide and Conquer design. For the most part, I prefer the Divide and Conquer designs, but for the orcs, I'll make an exception. They look really cool. I love it. Maybe let's make sure you're not in skirmish. Let's make sure you are on fire arrows, and perhaps I should. I hope I have enough time. Okay, I don't really. That was a bit of a mistake. Cost me some time. Burn them all! Burn them all! Oh, they're returning fire. Literally. Yeah, man, the orcs are really a rough unit in this mod. Very strong. Also, there's lots of them. Alright, but Blood of Dorith improves. Oh, that's really grateful for them putting some explanation on what special abilities do. Alright, who is still fighting? Fight on the back. The eye is also smart enough to spread out, which they oftentimes aren't. And Militia's getting their teeth kicked in. Oh, they're routing. That flank just devastated them. That's why cavalry will be so important. Because the orcs are strong, but they rout easy as pie. Shoot the runners. Celeborn, go help them out. Ah, beautiful. This never gets old, man. I love the fire arrows. But I can see why in Divide and Conquer there's only like a couple units that can use them. Actually, I think there's only 1 or 2 units that can use them. And I think for one of the 2, it's just a visual, not actual fire arrows. And those are... Oh, that's pretty easy then. I don't have to run them down because it's a settlement. But I'll finish my thought. So there's the Loke archer units of Rhun. They use actual fire shot. And I think the regular militia archers have a flaming arrow, but it doesn't actually count as a flaming shot. Anyway, let's end it and take the settlement. Let us occupy it. I'm sure we can keep the peace. And then Limelight is also selling out. Okay, what are we facing? Captain Grima. Oh, these men are particularly much worse than the orcs were. They're all archers and javelins. And we're using Regent Amdir. And he has a unit of Sindar Bodyguard as well. We also have the Smiths of Eregion. Why? That is probably why the balance of power is so much in our favor. Alright, well, I'll see you all on the battlefield. Alright, let's drop the battering rams, which are placed in the most peculiar of positions. Now we do need to use our infantry quite a bit, because the enemy is mostly archer based. So let's take a look at the Eregion Smiths. I think that's the same model that Dak uses, which is most excellent because the model is absolutely amazing. But yeah, compare that armor to like the Sindar, for example, or like just the Border Swordsman. Can't really compare it, eh? This is quite a few more levels of prestige. Come on then. You wanna have a go, mate? Alright, let's run in against those bloody javelin men. Keep them busy before we send in the Eregion Smiths. We don't want the Eregion Smiths to take the full brunt of the javelins. That will screw us up. Greatly increases combat effectiveness, decreases defense. Okay, so it's a bit of a payoff. It's not a straight up boost. I'm starting to like this AI. It's a lot less passive than the other AI. Where are you going? Stop running.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Don't run.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Already. Captain Grima. Not the Wormtongue, he's not that old. Oh, you cowards! You're cowards! That's what you are! Yeah, the enemy runs quite quickly. He's easily scared off. But let us not get too feisty. For he's not done yet. It's a bit of a dance like this. He's like moving forward and backwards. Like a mating ritual between us and the bandits. Alright, good job.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Alright, Elegant Smiths, just to finish them off. You chase the huntsman then, whatever. Get the border swordsman in there. Building captured, beautiful. Smiths of Elegant should have no problem dealing with these lads. Although those towers, they are something else. So they're not the buff towers of Divide and Conquer, so shouldn't be too rough. Get in there, be aggressive, slay them all.
Our men are in command of the castle.
That's the end of you, lad.
The enemy army.
There we go, beautiful.
This is a
Only 40 losses. Alright, so we lost 25 Smiths of Regan. That's more than I would like, but oh well, we have another settlement, our first castle. Alright, I'll see you all back on the strategy map. And let us occupy it. Limelight Fort, beautiful. And I will adopt you, Mythirion. I can use you to govern settlements. Where are you, Mythirion? You're over there. You shall return to Kerin Lord. Mission success, 1.5k, beautiful, as he toots his horn to celebrate. So we can get a mustering hall there. Okay, interesting. A hold. Anything we need to know about trade increase? Celeborn is becoming a bit stronger. Galadriel got a spy. Let's send him towards the orcs. Hello there, Rhynantian. We are allies, right? Yep, we are. Oh, that's very nice of you. Anything else we want to build? No. You keep moving to the Numenorians. We need to befriend them. Hello, Aratan of Angranost. Oh, they brought bribing back. Interesting. Let's give you trade rights and map information, and in exchange I will ask for some money. Let's say 2k. Actually, I want your map information as well. Let's do it like that. It's worth more to me than 2k because they have a ton of map information, seeing as they control... No. Alright, you know what? Leave it alone like that then, and we'll just do it with money. I don't care that much about the map information. I have the Mirror of Galadriel. I have all the map information I want. There we go. Trading with the Numenorian should see an increase in income in Ethelond. Yep, trade's going up. Beautiful. Alright, I think that's going to be it for the first episode. I don't want to make these videos too long. So next episode we will move more, I think, against the orcs. I think I want to get another spy though. Oh, agent limit reach, that sucks, because I want to kind of check out what's going on over here at Dol Guldur, if it's in the hands of the enemy or in the hands of rebels. But priority, I guess, is taking care of these goblins, and that will also open up trade routes with Imladris and just put us together, make us neighbors again, which should see us a more safe position. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Do let me know in the comments what you thought about this, and I hope to catch you all next time. Bye bye!